Hey everybody, the other day we had a little 12-bar blues that I posted, and that was after a discussion with my good friend Bill Knieven and Mark Sharp. We were talking about Roy Buchanan, and Roy was one of Bill Knieven's bigger influences. And I grew up listening to one particular album of Roy Buchanan, and Bill listened to another one. And so we traded some ideas. But anyway, I came home and I recorded this 12-bar blues thing, and I went back and listened to it, and it was really more Michael Bloomfield, which we also talked about a little bit. Michael Bloomfield, early Jimmy Page, early Eric Clapton-ish, because I was doing it on an SG with humbucking pickups. And Roy Buchanan was a telly player. This is my Corbin telly, just stock. And I have it in my Quilter amp with just the overdrive that the amp produces. And I do have an MXR carbon copy on. It kind of helps give that Roy Buchanan angst. Roy was a very aggressive player. I'm just going to show a couple little tricks here and then I'll get off. But one of the things he did very well was he worked the volume control. When he made the guitar cry, he had this really sweet vibrato. So that was a very common technique of his. The other thing he did a lot was he used the edge of the pick and the thumb, the skin of the thumb and the nail, to get these chimey harmonics. And that's pretty much done by coming off the pick and slapping the back of the fingernail on the string slapping the back of the fingernail. And it depends on the pick you're using, depends on your strings, depends on where you are on the neck. Every guitar is a little different. So, sometimes I hit that better than others. It's really hard to do this stuff cold. The other thing he used a lot of was open strings. I don't know what you call them. I'm going to call it a trill. Which I use those things quite a bit, and I do them on different strings. Again, going cold and just jumping into it it's not easy for me. The other thing he would do would be he would run a lick. Just up the neck, more like this. And he'd get to the point to where he got to that note that he wanted to. He also had a really wide vibrato, which was part of that crying sound, and he would couple that. I missed it. He would couple that with his volume control and with dropping the string. Very much Roy Buchanan-ish for just pulling it off the top of my head, I think, anyway. So, anyway. A little introduction. Let's see if I can play a little. clean player. And it wouldn't do me any good to sit and practice this because I wouldn't play it right. You got to play it sloppy. That's just my opinion. And maybe those of you who are Roy Buchanan aficionados have a different opinion. But I kind of listened to him since the late 60s. And kind of, his sound is in my head. It doesn't always come out of my fingers. And God bless Roy Buchanan. He was a pioneer. Thanks for listening.